स्वकाम में प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो में स्थितामुदरेह तथा प्रेम भक्ति स्वकाम में प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो में स्थितामुदरेह नमस्ते स्तुधाम्ने स्फुरद्दीप्तिधाम्ने त्वदीयधरायात विश्वसदाम्ने नमस्ते स्तुधाम्ने स्फुरद्दीप्तिधाम्ने त्वदीयोधरायात विश्वसदाम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियाय नमो नन्तलीलाय देवयतुभ्यम् नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियाय नमो नन्तलीलाय देवयतुभ्यम् हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. So doing this very beautiful bhajan today, it is Shri Govardhan Vasi Savare by Shri Chaturbhuj Das. It is also known as Gopa Geet. We have heard Gopi Geet yesterday, Mataji sang. So this devotee of Lord Shri Chaturbhuj Das, he could not see Lord for some days, and therefore in separation he sang this song, and Lord immediately appeared in front of him, and he blessed him that whoever will sing this song, I will bless him with my darshan. So with that hope, let us sing this very beautiful song today. Jai Shila Prabhupada. Govardhan Vasi Savare Govardhan Vasi Savare लाल तुम बिन रयो न जाए रे गोवर्धन वासी सा बांक जिते मुस्काई के सुंदर बदन दिखाए लोचन तल पे जो पल छिन कल्प विहार सप्तक स्वर बंधन सो मोहन वेणु बजाए सूरत सुहाई बालिके मधुरे मधुरे का रसिक रसीली बोलनी गिरि चढ़ गाए बुला गाए बुलावे धोरी कछु ऊंची टेर सुना दृष्टि परिजा दिवस ते तब ते रुचि ना रजनी नारही मोहि वह विसर्यो भोजन पान दर्शन को नैन तपे वचन सुनन को कम हरे कृष्ण। दर्शन को नैना तपे, वचन सुनन को कान, मिलवे को जियरा तपे, जिय के जीवन प्राण। पूरन शशि मुख देख के, चित चोट्यो वहियो, रूप सुधारस पान को, जैसे कुमुद चको। मन अभिलाषा यह रहे, लगे ना नैन निमेष। एकटक देखो भाव तो, नटवर नागर भेष। लोक लाज विध वेद के, छाड़ियो सकल विवेक। कमल काली रवि जो बड़े, छिन छिन प्रीति विशेष। कोटिक मन्मथ वारणे, देखी डगमगे चार। युवती जन मन वंदना, अम्बुज नयन विशाल। कुंज भवन क्रीड़ा करे, सुख निधि मदन गोपाल। हम वृंदावन मालती, तुम भोगी भ्रमर भुआल। यह रट लागी लाडिले, जैसे चातक मोर। प्रेम नीर वरवाग हो, नवघन नंद किशोर। युग युग चल राखियो, यह सुख शैल निवास। श्री गोवर्धन धर रूप पे, बल जाए चतुर्भुज दास। युग युग चल राखियो, यह सुख शैल निवास। श्री गोवर्धन रूप पे, बल जाए चतुर्भुज दास। गोवर्धन वासी सांवरे, गोवर्धन वासी सांवरे। लाल तुम बिन रयो न जान, गोवर्धन वासी सांवरे। श्री चतुर्भुज दास जी की जय। हरे कृष्णा, हरे कृष्णा, हरे कृष्ण, कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम राम। Thank you, Prabhuji, for the seva. Dandavat pranam, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Dandavat pranam, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna, everyone. Please accept my humble obeisances. Welcome here. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shivta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagra Raghunatha Pitam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सगणललिता श्री विशाखावितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु हरे कृष्ण दीनबंधु जगत्ते हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तविंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय श्री प्रभुपाद जय श्री प्रभुपाद गोविंदम आदि पुरुषम तमं भजामि. So now we offer our prayers to Gaurnitai. नमो महाबदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम पदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतिशे नमः. O most beneficent incarnation, you are Krishna himself, appearing as Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You have assumed the golden complexion of Srimati Radharani, and you are widely distributing pure love of Krishna. We offer respectful obeisances unto you. Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sangapanga Parshadam Yagnahi Sankirtana Prayer Yajanti Sumedasa. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. Nana Sastra Vicharnik Nipunau Shadadharma Samstapakau Lokanam Hitakarinau Tribhuane Manyau Sharanyakarau Radha Krishna Padarvind Bhajana आनंदेन मत्तालिकौ वंदे रूप सनातन रघुयुगौ श्रीजीव गोपालकौ. I offer my respectful obeisance unto the six Goswamis of Vrindavan, namely Shri Rupa Goswami, Shri Sanatana Goswami, Shri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, Shri Jiva Goswami, and Shri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizing and studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings. Thus, they are honored all over the three worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Shri Radha and Krishna. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयत्. नष्टप्रायेष्व भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. जय श्री प्रभुपाद. गोविंद मादि पुरुषम तमं भजामि. Hare Krishna, everyone. Again, please accept my humble obeisances. All good Srila Prabhupada. Welcome back. So, before we begin today's class, um, we will recap yesterday's class. And I believe Sharat Prabhu is going to do it, right? Sharat Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Sharad Prabhuji, today's
Yes, sir.
class, I don't have much of a deep philosophy to talk about it, So you can take however long time you might want to take, 30, 40 minutes like that. Um, so what I'm going to show you the slide, and then you can discuss, because that philosophy we talk about is very important. I want everyone to really understand that philosophy, deep philosophy. Okay, so let me share my screen, and then you can take it from there. So as you can see, um, uh, this is the lesson 30. We did themes 1 and 2 yesterday. So these are 3 and 4. Very deep philosophies in there. So you see that 3 and 4. So I'm going to show you one by one, okay? And then Sharad Prabhuji is going to moderate. And I want everyone others to participate. Sharad Prabhuji is just going to moderate. And where you miss it, he's going to explain the philosophy. All right? Yeah. So this is theme 3, verses 27 through 55. Go ahead. You start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that, okay? Sharad Prabhuji, it's in your hands now.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Yesterday we heard lesson 30, the second part of it. It covers, there are 6 themes in this. Basically, there are 69 verses in this chapter. Vasudeva marries Devaki. In the very beginning, we saw glorification of Mathura. Mathura Dham, why it is called Mathura, I'll cover it in a little greater detail. Then the second theme we saw that after Devaki and Vasudeva, they were married, Kamsa, volunteered to take them on a chariot, to drive them on the chariot he was taking. And the third theme is when he was carrying Vasudeva and Devaki, that time an unembodied voice, an ominous voice from the sky warned Kamsa that Devaki's eighth child would kill him. Eighth child. It did not say whether it is going to be a son or a daughter. And he was immediately ready to kill Devaki. All his affection toward Devaki, it ended then and there when he heard the ominous voice, and he started taking action to kill Devaki. Now, then the very important thing, Vasudeva, he was on the side of Devaki. He tried to control the situation because Kamsa, physically he was very, very powerful and he could not have obstructed him in that way. That's why he used the fourfold instructive approach to prevent Kamsa from killing his wife. He gave various arguments to Kamsa that why he should not kill Devaki, who is not only his sister, but she is just married. Then, with all these arguments, Kamsa, he was not satisfied at all. And at the end, Vasudeva, he devised a strategic plan. He changed the arguments and gave some other reason. This we will see in greater detail. Then the very first thing is the meaning of Mathura. Now, Mathura means what? Mathayate, Jnaninam tad bhakti yoginam cha avulipate. That means the whole world is churned. The whole world means what? Either by bhakti yoga or by Brahma Jnana, it is churned. Then Mathura is so called because of the essence of these two in it. That is, it is churned either by Bhakti Yoga or Brahma Jnana. This is given in the Gopal Tapani Upanishad, and our Acharyas, Jiva Goswami, he gives the explanation that the Jnanis and the devotees, the world ceases to exist. And also Mathura is called Puri because it is in the middle of the lotus hole within the Mathura Mandala. In the Mathura Mandala, it is in the center. And Sridhar, Sanatan Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, they said that Surasena is the abode of the Surasena country, lived many generations before Vasudeva's father, who is also called Surasena. That country, that is Mathura Mandala, that area is called Surasena, and it was ruled long back by a king known as Surasena. Now, what happened since that time? The city and the district of Mathura had been the capital of all the kings of the Yadu dynasty, who are intimately connected with Lord Krishna, and the Lord Krishna, he lives there eternally. And like 5,000 years back, we saw that Krishna appeared in Mathura, that is known as his Abhirbhava. When he appears in Mathura, what happens? All his amsas from Vaikuntha and Svetadipa, they merge with him and come to him. That means when he is there in this earth, all his amsas are there. And when he goes back, when he winds up his leelas here in the material world and goes back to his abode, that time what happens? All the people who had come with him, that is his amsas from Vaikuntha and Svetadipa, they go back to their respective abodes. Then
Excuse
Mathura
me,
Puri.
Prabhuji, just a minute. Remember,
Yes,
I
yes.
told you that I'd like to give the others chance to, chime in their part, and then you can sort of whatever remaining, then you can expand on it, okay? If that's
Yes,
okay with you. So
yes.
let's go to the verses 29 to 33. What is the topic of that?
29 to 33 is after marrying Devaki, Vasudeva was returning home with his bride on a chariot driven by Kamsa. Now,
Let
after,
somebody summarize the story in brief.
yes, yes. Shall I
Um,
ask? Shall I
yes,
ask
please.
somebody to ask questions?
Yes. No, first let somebody take a chance to say what was the story about it, and then questions you might ask.
Yes. Yes.
Anybody want to volunteer?
Any
What was?
volunteer? And any volunteer? Just give a
Yes,
very.
Prabhuji.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Yes, yes.
Go ahead.
Archana Mataji, please you do it. Archana Mataji, please.
Sorry, I just jumped in. Maybe Raksha Mataji, you want to do? I can do the next one.
No, please, you carry on, please.
Okay. So Devaki was the son of Devaka, who was a brother of Ugrasena, and Ugrasena's son was Kamsa. So Kamsa was the cousin of Devaki, and with great affection for his uh, sister, he was uh, he was trying to bring her after marriage on the chariot. So he was riding the chariot himself, and in this way, although it was a very menial job, he took it up as a chariot driver of Devaki and Vasudev. But when he heard the celestial voice, Akashvani, from the Devatas, that the eighth child of the Ashtam Garbha of Devaki would be the cause of his death, would kill him, he immediately took action and held Devaki by her hair and was about to chop off her head. So this was the thing, and then Vasudev after that tried to pacify him. So this was the story in brief. If I missed out anything, please excuse me.
Okay, Mataji. What actually Kansa did, he held the hair of Devaki on his left hand and took out his weapon with his right hand, and he was about to kill Devaki. And then what happened?
What was the Akashvani? What is the significance of this Ashtam Garbha? Anybody?
Yeah, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Hare Krishna,
Radha.
Prabhuji. Yeah. So when that embodied, non-embodied, right? So Akashvani says that eighth son of Devki will be cause of your death. Eighth son. So as again, Sharad Prabhu right in the introduction mentioned.
No, not eighth son. Not for the eighth son.
Eighth child of that. Eighth child.
Eighth child. That is where the significance is there. Akashvani did not specify.
Yeah.
And what was the reason for that?
Correct.
Ashtam Garbha.
Yeah, Ashtam Garbha. So will be cause of your death, and that turn because of his demonic nature. You know, again, like yesterday, Sharad Prabhuji explained very nicely how the demonic people behave versus non-demonic people. So his natural instinct was just protect himself. So he started, as mentioned, that hold the hair by left hand and the sword in the right hand, and he want to just chop up, just protect. So that's the instinct shown there. So far we just see that in this one how nice he was, that he wanted to be a driver, chariot driver, because there were so many chariots, like it's a mention yesterday, hundreds of chariots were there, and there could have been more chariot drivers, but he himself was so glad, so happy, the whole how the mood changes, and that's what Acharya also mentions. I think I'll let others to continue on that, Prabhuji. Thank you. That's what I wanted to add, Prabhuji.
No, you still haven't voiced the significance of Ashtam Garbha.
Okay, so Ashtam Garbha, it said your eighth child of the Devki will be cause of your death. So it didn't mention it's a boy or a girl, or what could be the cause of that, because there was as we see it becomes to be a Maya. This is a Maya, right? Becomes appears as that. So that was the significance, Prabhuji. I don't know what else you are looking for that. So it was not a boy.
Expand on that. Yeah. Prabhuji, expand on that, please.
Yes. What basically he said, the Ashtama Garbha, that is the eighth embryo or the eighth child, instead of saying Putra, he did not say Ashtam Putra. So that when Kamsa will see Devaki's baby girl later on, he would be surprised. Actually, he thought, Kamsa thought it would be a boy only, but this unembodied voice said that Ashtama Garbha. And this voice, unembodied voice, it was from whom? Who was saying? Unseen by anybody else. Who was saying that?
Demigods.
Demigods.
Devatas, the demigods. Then this was a very auspicious occasion. And why the Devatas, they wanted to say this and spoil the complete occasion. Kamsa was driving and everybody was in a happy mood. They were singing with instruments and so many good things happening. And why the Devatas, they tried to spoil the whole situation? What is the answer to this?
To bewilder the Kans. Bewilder the Kans.
No, I still haven't heard the Ashtam Garbha significance. is to bewilder Kamsa,
He
right?
is
So bewildering, why? What was it? What was going to be taking place?
would say that Ashtam Garbha
To
will
show
kill.
Kans wickedness.
Sorry, Mataji, go ahead.
No.
Anybody else?
Who was
The
going to be the eighth Garbha? Who is going to be the eighth Garbha in actual
Ashtam
reality?
Garbha will kill Kansa, and he
Yeah.
is the.
Who was going to be Ashtam Garbha?
It is Krishna himself who will come along with all the incarnations.
No. Raksha Mataji. Who was going to be the Ashtam Garbha? Right? Who? It was supposed to be Krishna, but who turned it out instead?
Balramji.
Oh, Yogmaya. It's
Oh,
Yogmaya.
Yogamaya, correct. The seventh one was the Balaram, whose embryonic form in the 7th month of pregnancy, he was transferred to the womb, from Devaki's womb to who? Tell me who?
Rohini.
Rohini
Yes.
Mata.
Yeah. So, and then it's turned out the Kamsa's guards tells him that Devaki did not deliver a boy, which was expected, but it was a girl, right? So, in order for the Kamsas to believe that this was created like that, Ashtam Garbha was not specified, so that he would not be able to question that, and it was generally accepted that Devaki had a miscarriage. So that was very important significance of it. You all must understand that. And then Kamsa about to behead Devaki, and what was how did Vasudevji begin his diplomatic instructions begin? Now Sharad Prabhuji is going to be asking question, but Sharad Prabhuji, while asking question, you lead them to the right answer,
Okay. Before that, I was asking why the devatas, the demigods, they interfered with this, because out of affection, Kansa was taking Devaki and Vasudeva on the chariot, and the devatas, they decided to eliminate the cause of the affection because they wanted Kansa to be killed at the earliest. Like you would be seeing Narada Muni also many a times he goes and gives all the information to Kansa. This was the only reason. He was not having any other intention. So he was to be killed at the earliest. That's why all the things were happening. This has to be kept in mind. So then next we come to the fourth theme, that is Vasudeva's fourfold instructive approach in his hope of reasoning with Kamsa. Now
before you go through the fourfold this the fourfold theory, this goes, how did he begin with? Because Kamsa was about to kill Devaki. What did he say at that time?
when this thing happened, when he heard the unembodied voice from the sky, Kamsa, what he did, he caught hold of his sister Devaki's hair with his left hand, took out his sword with his right hand, and he was ready to sever the body. Now, then what happened? He was addressed in this way. Kamsa merely that voice, but he did not consider the meaning because he is very, very wicked. He was demoniac in nature and he did not have any connection with anything which is good. And as we know, he is an embodiment of sin. And right from his birth, he spoiled everything in the Bhoja dynasty. And in the Harivansa Purana, also it was told yesterday Kamsa, how Kamsa came into being, how actually his father was Drumila, but he took birth from Padmavati, who was the wife of
Ugrasena.
uh,
Ugrasena.
no, not Surasena, Ugrasena. And that's why he is known actually as the son of Ugrasena, but actually he was the son of Drumila only. Now, the idea of describing the fourfold.
No, don't go into unnecessary details. As in the slide, you'll see the points. Those are the main points. I want everybody to understand that. Go straight to the point. What are the fourfold instructive approach that Vasudeva was contemplating in his mind to
He
reason with
first
Krishna, to
he
reason with
first
Kamsa?
started he first
Yeah,
started saying that how can you kill a woman?
yeah, good, very good.
Moreover, she is your sister. So how can you kill your own sister? So that was his first. He started like that.
And that too also when she's newly married, right?
Yeah.
Navodha.
What was
Navodha.
the word?
He actually
Okay,
there are four things: Sama, Dama, Danda, Veda. He used all of them in the very first beginning. In the first case, he used Sama, which has got five the steps.
subcategories. Yeah, go ahead. Sarvapramji, go ahead.
Is what basically he said. He explained to Kansa that it would not be very good to kill one's younger sister, especially at the time of marriage, because this is a very auspicious occasion. That's why Vasudeva spoke in terms of conciliation, Sama, and the very great detail was given yesterday. This sama means first sambandha relationship was brought out that the Devaki is your sister. Then lava gain. What will be the gain if he does not kill? Then the upakriti, that is the assistance, then non-difference, and then glorifying the qualities. He who brings about the fame of the dynasty, that is, he was from Bhoja dynasty, Sambandha, that was a great dynasty, that the Vasudeva brought out. Then he said, why should you kill a woman? Not only that she is sister, on top of that, if you kill her, when the wedding ceremony has been completed just recently, then you will attain infamy in this world. And after you die, you will go to the hell. And in the next, the two kinds of Veda are shown by letting up, keep my wife with me, and you should be benevolent to me. That is the Upakriti. Then, what was the second reason he gave? Second reason he gave, anyone who possesses a material body must die. Anybody who has taken birth in this earth, he has to die. And therefore, one should not think of killing somebody else out of fear of death. But still, because after death also one will get another body, and if one is destined to die by somebody, then that will take effect certainly. Therefore, committing sin out of fear of death is not correct. Because death is born along with the body from the very beginning only, and it is written in the forehead. That's what it said. That means the meaning what he says as per Sanatana Goswami and Jiva Goswami, given that death will surely occur, committing this sin or delaying your death, that is not going to be correct. This was the second point. Then the fourth point, which was explained, third will come later. If a person under this mistaken conception wants to kill another human being, another body, he is condemned as hellish. He will go to the hell. Here, what Vasudeva is trying to explain, only conciliation accompanied with full praise of Kansa, so that Vasudeva adopts that method again. Devaki was described as Kripana, that is meek and humble by nature, and at that time when Kansa was trying to kill, she was crying out of fear, and he requested Kansa to consider her as his daughter. And now that she is married to me, and she is a newly married woman, you should not kill her. This is how he tried to generate affection toward Devaki. Regarding this point, every living entity, the living body in a living entity lives in a body for some time, then he transmigrates as per his karma. At the time of death, whatever one has been thinking, feeling, or willing by the mind, that means the mind is the cause of the transmigration. That is, what body one is going to get, it depends on one's mind. And the mind is always involved in fruitive activities, then one perceives a particular body. That means one has desire, and these desires, they bring our future bodies, future lives. Then here, with all these arguments, what is being given by Vasudeva is, after relinquishing this kind of sinful activity, that is giving up attempt to kill Devaki, what is going to happen? He is going to know that there is no doubt regarding his previous karma of that nature. Good actions should be done, either to get a future body that will have opulence, or drop or stop his death for some time, like Markandeya Rishi did. Therefore, he should not try to do this at all. And if Kamsa argued that if a particular body he will get later on, still evil actions may be done to protect his own body. Then Vasudeva's counter argument would be just as the sun and the moon, they reflect on pots which are made on earth and they contain water, they appear to be shaking when the air, the velocity of the wind is felt. Then like this, the soul also, on account of desire, enters into bodies that are produced on account of one's ignorance. This is how he tried to convince Kansa not to kill Devaki. Now, Kansa was, as we know, he was very cruel nature, and he was a follower of the Rakshasas. He was a demon only, and had all the demoniac qualities. But he could not be satisfied with any of these arguments given by Vasudeva. And he was pitiless. He was a follower of the Asuras, and Kamsa always followed the opinion of the Asuras only and not gentlemen like Vasudeva. And when Vasudeva saw Kamsa was determined to kill his sister Devaki, that is his wife, Vasudeva's wife, he thought very deeply and he considered the imminent danger of Devaki's death. Then he thought of another plan. Now we know that Vasudeva, another name is Anakadundubi. Anakadundubi, why? When Vasudeva was born, then the demigods but in the sky, they started beating the kettle drums. That means they were welcoming him, because later on the Supreme Lord Krishna would be born as his son. And his name is Anakadundabi also. And the inauspiciousness that was happening at that time when Kamsa was driving them on his chariot, he said he thought that it is not going to last, because at my birth the devatas, they had sounded the kettle drums. Then he explored another way to stop this bad this intention of Kamsa. And he thought that as long as he has intelligence and bodily strength, an intelligent person must try to avoid death. That's why till the end he should try that Devaki should not be killed. And because Kamsa, he had to be brought to senses. And with that in mind, Vasudeva, he was speaking to himself, he was contemplating what is to be done. And in the matter of preventing Devaki's death at the hands of Kamsa, the increase in one's bodily strength is useless.
Okay, now let's move on to the next slide. Now, what Saratoji, what I want you to learn
Yes.
is to have the others to participate. So you ask leading question. हर सवाल का जवाब सवाल ही हो, you know. So the answer is hidden there. The person you're training, he or she would be getting. So you need to lead them to the right answer instead of you telling everything. Then it's going to be repetition of what I just said yesterday, right? When the audience participates, then they will remember everything. That's my idea actually, you know. My hope it is there that when the audience participates, okay, then and you lead them to the answer, asking questions and bring them on the right path, you know. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, now try the next slide, because this is the most important slide. Okay, particularly this 56 to 61, verse 58 is the most important verse. Okay, so go ahead, this one now. So these 4 points that I've summarized.
Yes.
4 points summarized. This is the most important element. This is verse 58 actually. So don't worry about 56, 61 all the way. These 4 elements, I want people to understand that. Okay, go ahead now. What ask a question and give the others chance. Okay, and then lead them to the right answer.
Yes. Now, yesterday we heard about the Sadgarbhas. Anybody can tell about the Sadgarbhas? Nanda also, like in the left side of the slide, you see, the Narada had also revealed to Kamsa his previous birth, being a demon Kalanemi who had been killed by Vishnu. Now, the story of the Sadgarbhas, he killed Kamsa had killed the 6 children born out of Devaki.
Okay, now ask them question. Who are they?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, may I say?
Yeah, Bataji, go ahead.
हाँ, सड़गर्भ जो है वो है मरीचि के सन थे, जिन्होंने ब्रह्मा जी ने उनको श्राप दिया था कि अगले जन्म में आप कालनेमी के बच्चे बनेंगे। अरे कंस कालनेमी के
How,
बच्चे हैं.
how did that happen afterwards? How did that happen after Marichi?
हाँ.
That was their first birth, right?
Yes, yes.
Now you
फिर वो
explain how did the second birth they got to be the sons of
फिर वो
Kalanemi.
कालनेमी के बच्चे बने.
Who was Kalanemi?
हाँ, कालनेमी जो है हिरण्यकशिपु के बेटे थे वो.
Yeah, see. So
हिरण्यकशिपु.
Sharatpuji learn how to lead them to come to the right answer. See how I am asking question that way. So who was Kalanemi? Go ahead, Mataji, repeat that.
हाँ, कालनेमी जो थे वो हिरण्यकशिपु के बेटे थे और उनको वो जो सड़गर्भ है वो कालनेमी के बच्चे हैं. तो कंस ने उनके थर्ड जन्म में कंस ने अपने बच्चे को ही मारा था. जो सड़गर्भ है वो खुद के
but
बच्चे हैं.
what happened? That was a curse given by Hiranyakashipu. What made him that curse? What was the reason why Hiranyakashipu cursed his own grandchildren? Right? Kalanemi was his son, Hiranyakashipu's son, and these Shadagarbhas, these children were the sons of Kalanemi. Why did Hiranyakashipu curse them?
ब्रह्मा जी कर्स ना प्रभु जी.
No, Brahma ji cursed in the first birth, but in this
Okay,
birth,
Hiranyakashipu, can I answer?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, because they were worshipping to Lord Brahma, and Hiranyakashipu was angry about this, that they should worship him and not Lord Brahma, and therefore he
Very
cursed
good,
them.
Mataji. Very good. You answered that. Because we need to move on quickly.
What actually had happened, these grandchildren, they learned from Hiranyakashipu and they also prayed Brahma and they asked for a benediction. We should not be killed by anybody. All those arguments which Hiranyakashipu had given like that, it is given in very greater detail in Harivamsa Purana also. Then when Hiranyakashipu came to know, he said, I am the...
No, Sharad Prabhuji, you are still missing the point. You are telling the story. I want others to tell the story. You ask question in a way to lead them. I don't want you to repeat the lecture what I gave yesterday.
This story
I'm sure you can do it very well. Much better than me. You give lecture, but I want you to train people. You know.
This story, anybody knows this story?
Part of the story they already said that, but what happened afterwards? Who were? See, they were first. Sir, Raksha Mataji, I'm sorry, Archana Mataji was saying. Archana Mataji, complete the story. Let's.
Okay, Prabhu. So,
briefly, okay. We need to move on. We need to move on also.
Yes. I know. So we will continue. Then, because he cursed them, he said, "You, why did you worship to Lord Brahmaji?" And therefore he cursed them to become killed by their own father. And therefore, Kalanemi as Kamsa was born as Kamsa, and these six were born as the sons of Devaki. Although they were Kalanemi's sons and when Kamsa's sons, the previous birth, they were killed by their own father, that is Kamsa.
Okay. Then what happened when Kamsa was killed by Krishna, and then Devaki requested Krishna that I want to see them back. What happened there? How did Krishna got them back?
Okay. After Kamsa killed these Shadgarbhas, they went to the Sutala planet. And then when Devaki once was released, then she expressed that she wanted her six sons back. And then Krishna and Balaram, they went to Sutala planet and then they brought these six children of Devaki and gave it to their mother.
Very good, very good. So, Sarpaji, you understand now how I'm leading them to the answer? Instead of I'm telling everything, you give them the hint, and then so that way, this kind of two-way participation, the entire audience will understand that. Okay, now so that's the story of Kalnemi, the Shadagarbhas. We will learn a little bit more today also in today's class also. Okay. Now these 4 points A, B, C, D. Now let's talk about the significance of each of the 4 statements. Shall we go ahead and lead them to the right answer? Giving them the hint actually. The
Yes.
first point, what is painful for saintly persons who strictly adhere to the truth?
Yes, yes. Any answer?
Other than what you already participated, somebody else. Okay, Radha Vinod Prabhu, you want to take it, a shot at it? This was the most difficult part. This verse 58 was the most difficult, very, very deep philosophy is involved.
Prabhuji, may I try?
Radha Vinod Prabhu, you want to take a shot at it? No?
No, let Mataji continue.
Okay, all right. Mataji, go ahead. Raksha Mataji.
यस प्रभु जी, ट्राई कर दिया हूँ, अगर गलत भी हो सकते हैं.
देखो
What is
बाकी,
the
try
painful for
कीजिए.
saintly yes person who strictly adhere to the absolute truth. यहाँ पे बता रहे हैं कि जो वासुदेव जी वो इतने ही सेंटली पर्सन है, उनके
It's not
लिए
Vasudev ji, okay? It's not Vasudev ji. Vasudev ji means Krishna. Vasudev ji.
वासुदेव, हाँ वासुदेव जी बहुत ही सेंटली पर्सन थे, डिवोटी थे. तो यहाँ पे बताया गया कि अपने बच्चे को देना है कंस को, वो कितना पेनफुल होता होगा, क्योंकि वो जानते हैं कि कृष्ण कंस जो है उनको मार देगा, और अगर मैं लेके जाता हूँ उनके पास, अगर हो सके कंस न भी मारे, मगर मुझे तो लेके जाना ही है उसके पास. तो वो थिंकिंग के साथ वो कंस के अपने पहले बच्चे को, कीर्तिमान को कंस के पास ले जाते हैं.
What was his immediate objective? What was his immediate objective? Somebody's microphone is on.
वो सोच रहे थे कि अगर शायद उनको उसके बच्चे पे अफेक्शन, प्यार आ जाएगा और शायद वो न भी मारे.
No, what was his immediate objective? Vasudeva's immediate objective?
To protect Devaki.
Yes, very good. That was the most important and very immediate priority was there. Somehow or other, he wanted to save the life of Devaki, right? Because Kamsa was about to kill her. His children will come later. So that was his biggest objective, okay? And now he was willing, he took a chance to give all his newborn babies one by one, and he knew Kamsa is going to kill. So that was the most painful that Raksha Mataji actually summarized very nicely, actually. She said that was the very difficult for anyone, everyone, very, very difficult. But one who is a saintly person and who strictly adhere to the Supreme Lord, whose trust is there, he took a chance. And then there is a lot bigger, story goes further actually. Further reasoning goes. But let's move on because we are getting a lot of time now. And I need to do the class now. So part B now, how could there not be independence for pure devotees who know the Supreme Lord as the substance? And then, Saraswati, I'm trying to train you also.
Yes.
Okay, I know you're very capable of giving good classes, but you need to train people also. That is also a part of your job now. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So you're learning from me how to lead them coming to the right answer, So you give the hint, but don't give the entire answer right away. Okay.
सेकंड पॉइंट जो है वो मैं कह सकती हूँ.
हाँ, सेकंड पॉइंट.
हाँ, सेकंड पॉइंट जो है वो उसमें यह है कि जो भी प्योर डिवोटी है वो भगवान की जो इच्छा है वो उस पे ही चलते हैं. अगर ये उसमें अगर डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन भी आती है तो भी भगवान के जो डिवोटी होते हैं वो भगवान की इच्छा के अनुरूप ही चलते हैं. तो यहाँ पे भी ऐसा ही हुआ कि अगर कंस को देना है अपना बच्चा, तो वो भी भगवान की कोई इच्छा ही है, तो वो हिसाब से उन्होंने दे दिया. क्योंकि
अच्छा आगे क्या हुआ?
वो मालूम है कि सुप्रीम लॉर्ड जो है वो ही सब करवाने वाले हैं और सब्सटेंस भी वो ही है, ऑल परवेडिंग।
आगे क्या उसकी थिंकिंग क्या थी? अगर मैं बच्चा दे रहा हूँ, आगे क्या थिंकिंग थी उसकी?
So he was
तो
thinking that
अगर भगवान जो करे, अगर भगवान की इच्छा होगी तो वो बच भी जाएगा, और नहीं होगी तो वो, और देवकी तो बच ही जाएगी। तो और
देवकी
वैसा
तो
नहीं
बचेगी,
कि
शायद कंस पहला मरे
हाँ,
बिफोर माय
राइट।
चिल्ड्रन आर बोर्न।
अगर मेरे बच्चे अगर नहीं, नहीं आते, उसके पहले ही कंस अगर जो मर जाता है तो भी मेरे बच्चे बच जाएंगे, ऐसे।
Anybody else want to add some more?
yeah, so either one thing can happen. Either Kans may die, or if he does not die, at least one of my son will kill him.
Very good, Sridhar Mataji. Very good. So give right to the point, don't go unnecessary details. Okay, let's move on. Point C now. Sharproji, take over now. Point C.
That means what Samta Mataji said, even before the sons are born, Kansa may die also. This thing happened. Okay, then we go to the third point. What deeds are forbidden for persons of the lower character? One who is a lower character, one who is of a lower character like Kansa, what things are forbidden? What should not be done? Anything on that?
This type of persons are unsteady within mind. वो कभी बहुत ही खुश हो जाएंगे तो कभी वो बोलेंगे कि हाँ मैं ऐसा करूंगा, फिर तुरंत ही चेंज कर लेंगे। विवरिंग ऑफ माइंड।
Anger and lust.
Okay. Any other thing?
Because of anger, it should not be like stoop down to the level of killing.
देखो point C में ये है कि what the ultimate limit the demoniac people would not go. What was the example given to that? The ultimate limit that they won't hesitate to do.
They will not hesitate to kill someone. They will not hesitate to harm.
Yeah. Comes out anyway, kill the 6 babies, right?
Yes.
Okay, initially when the first baby was offered, Kirtiman, and then he returned back, right? That he appreciated Vasudevji's honesty and sincerity.
Truthfulness.
But then
Yes.
what happened that he changed his mind? Why did he change his mind?
Because there was this Narada Muni, said, "Are you a fool? Like, any baby can kill you. Like, need not be like, it need not be the
Yes.
8."
Yeah, so this numbering 1, 2, 3, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, instead of linear, it could be a circular numbering also could be there, right?
Yes.
Good, very good. Let's move on to part D now. Sharad Pro, you take over.
Okay, then we go to the last point. And what cannot be given up for the sake of Lord Krishna by those who have fully surrendered at his lotus feet. That means, what is the point? Which thing cannot be given up for the sake of Krishna by those who are totally surrendered unto his lotus feet? Anything, any comment on this?
So the devotees can renounce everything for Hari.
Yes, devotees can do anything and everything which is connected with the Supreme Lord. Now, here what was happening? The death of Kamsa was ordained, was already prefixed by Kala, by the providence. But when he heard this voice from the sky, he got disturbed. He was not equiposed like Vasudeva. Vasudeva, now here what may happen, he would, one would say, you may go back to your child and go home. I have no fear of your first child. It is the eighth child of Devaki who is supposed to kill me. That was the reason why Kansa thought he should not take any action, he should not kill his sister. Then, but at the same time, he was very demoniac in nature. He was very wicked. Then what he did?
He killed all 6 children of the Devaki.
One after the other. One child was born in every year, and he killed 6 children, and that's what it went on. That means here, what do we learn from here? We should have total faith on the Supreme Lord, and we should not be fatalistic. Fatalistic means there are very many people who think what is ordained, let us be governed by that, not that. But we should have total faith in the Supreme Lord, and we should try to control the situation which is at hand rather than doing some other thing. And that's what Vasudevaji, he was exactly doing that. His immediate aim was to stop Kamsa from killing Devaki, and for that he was persuading him with various arguments, and finally he was able to do that. And he was also successful. Later on, when he offered his first child, he returned. Then thereafter, the Kamsa changed. That is a different thing.
So when a difficult situation we face in our lives, we all face difficult situations many times in our lives, right? So the two things most important that we learn from this Vasudevji's example: steady mind and use the intelligence that is given to us by the Supreme Lord and come up with the idea. Okay. So okay, now let's thank you all very much, and I hope you forgive me if I'm pressing too much, but my idea is really for all of you to participate actively. Rest of you who are still not participating, that means you are not doing your homework. You are not studying these things. If you do that, you will see the big advantage to you. That's the main thing that we are learning about it. Participate actively to the Lord's service. This is our service. Okay, now let's thank you very much, Sharad Prabhuji. If you would let me continue with the next slide now.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So now we are going to go lesson 31, and these are the themes for lesson 31. Fortunately, there is not much deep philosophy in today's lesson, so we don't have to worry about it. That's the reason we spend so much time in that lesson 30, because that was the most important lesson. So here, again, the first two themes are the most important themes. So I'll spend time on that. So now pay attention. Tomorrow or next week, you have all week to understand that, okay, to prepare that. So next week will come, and again, we'll go through the same exercise, okay? So these two, this is very short, just 24 verses. So first two themes, okay? The third one is the hymns of Brahma and the Devas. Even I also not going to go take that, because it's not much in that. And this last theme, I didn't get much time. So what I'm going to do, there's not much philosophy in that. So I'll prepare the PowerPoint for this last theme, this appendix, and I'll send it to you, okay? But today what I intend to do is to just discuss these first two themes, okay? So what are the first two themes? Shri Balarama is transferred to Rohini's womb from that of Devaki. We touched a little bit in yesterday's lesson, all right? But now we are going to go a little bit more detail, all right? And then Krishna's Amsha entered into the Vasudeva's mind, who meditatively transfers him into that of Devaki. See, Supreme Lord, when he comes in this material world, he does not come by any of us through sexual reproduction by our parents. Krishna never enters that way. He enters through, same thing happened to Nanda Baba also like that, So that will go through how he enters in Devaki's womb, okay? So this is text 1 to 15. First, the summary of the verses, okay? And then we'll discuss about our Acharyas' comments to each of those verses. Not each of we don't have much time. We will do in a group wise. So, no, wait a minute, sorry. So,
સોરી પ્રભુજી આ પીપીટી અમને મળી નથી પ્રભુજી.
Yeah, મેં મોકલી દીધી કે બધી ફૂલ રેડી નહોતી એટલા માટે.
ઓકે ઓકે ઓકે.
કાલ પર દિવસે મોકલી છે. I was so very busy,
ઓકે ઓકે પ્રભુજી.
So Kamsa, this is text 1 to 3, summary of it, okay? Kamsa, and this is Prabhupada's summary. Kamsa, under the protection of his father-in-law, Jarasandha. See, why was he so powerful? Because he had a wonderful, very strong support from his father-in-law. Jarasandha's two daughters were the wives of Kamsa. Okay, Asti and there's another name for it. Under the protection of his father-in-law Jarasandha, and with the help of his demoniac friends, all these asuras, they come when Krishna is born to in Krishna moved to Vraja, and all these asuras, they come to kill him, try to kill him, right? And Krishna killed them all. So here, what's happening now? So Pralambasura, Bakasura, Chanura, Trinavrata, Aghasura, Mustika, Banasura, Bhaumasura is all same as Narkasura, They began oppressing the members of the Yadu dynasty. So therefore the members of the Yadu dynasty left their homes. Many of them, they left to nearby other states, regions, and some they remain under the service of Kamsa, and that's a good example is Akrura Maharaj. Akrurji wanted to serve Krishna, but so he remained there to really understand what is Kamsa's plan, what is he going to do. So he outwardly seemed to favor Kamsa, so Kamsa could trust him, but inwardly, so he was like a double agent, So he would be able to report to Krishna and Balaram, So he remained there. Okay. So the other many of the Yadus, they moved to this Kuru, Panchala, Keke, Salva, and Vidarbha, all these different countries, small countries. Only some of them stayed with Kamsa, and good example is this Akrur Maharaj. Then text 4 to 12, summary of that. After Kamsa killed the Shadgarbhas, and we discussed great length, okay? But we are going to learn a little bit more about them too today. The 6 sons of Devaki, one after another, Anantadeva entered Devaki's womb. And how is that going to take place? That we'll discuss more details. And was transferred to the womb of the Rohini by the manipulation of Yogamaya. Okay, and the Lord gives specific orders to Yogamaya how to do it. Who was following the orders of Supreme Personality of Godhead. and that is, of course, Krishna or Lord Vishnu, the Lord himself, who was soon to appear as the 8th son of Devaki, ordered Yogamaya to take birth from the womb of Yashoda. Okay, the Lord blessed Yogamaya by saying, in different places on the surface of the earth, people will give you different names, okay, such as Durga, Bhadrakali. The name Bhadrakali should sound familiar to all of you. Remember Bhadrakali, what happened? Jad Bharata. Jad Bharata was taken by the servants, soldiers of King Rahugana, and they wanted to offer as sacrifice Bali to Durga, that is Bhadrakali. And what happened? Jad Bharata was a very elevated soul. Bhadrakali, Durga Mata herself refused. In fact, she killed all the soldiers of King Rahugana, So that Bhadrakali is one of the expansions of Yogamaya. Vijaya, Vaishnavi, Kumuda, those are all the different names of Yogamaya. Yogamaya's expansion is Mahamaya. Yogamaya bewilders Krishna's devotees, just like Yashodamaya and so on, so that Krishna, Yashodamaya, they could participate in that kind of that pastime, Vatsalya Prema, and so on, like that, whereas Mahamaya bewilders the non-devotees, the asuras. That verse 13 through 15, the son of Rohini will also be celebrated as Sankarshana, that is Lord Balarama, because of being sent from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. In fact, name Sankarshana, the very meaning Sankarshana means pulling out from the womb of Devaki in her 7th month of pregnancy. This Sankarshana process took place by Yogamaya. She literally pulled the embryo of Lord Balaramji from her womb and transfers it to Rohini. And Rohini at the time was sent to Gokula. Okay, we'll discuss that details in today's class. So his names, he will be called Rama Balaramji because his ability to please all the inhabitants of Gokula. And he will also be known as Balabhadra because of the strength, extensive physical strength. When the child of Devaki was attracted and transferred into the womb of Rohini by Yogamaya, Devaki seemed to have a miscarriage. So this is the 7th Garbha, remember, 7th embryo, and Kamsa was expecting a son. Okay, he was very carefully monitoring. Actually, Devaki and Vasudevji, they were not in prison. They were kind of a what you call prison house in the sense. She was free to move around, but she was in constant under touch. When the pregnancy occurred, his associates, they would very carefully watch, So when embryo was transferred, everybody understood as that was a miscarriage, okay, and they accepted that way. Thus, all the inhabitants of the palace loudly lamented, "Alas, Devaki has lost her child." Okay, but Balaramji was transferred. So this is a summary. Now we are going to discuss some salient points according to our Acharyas comments. Okay. So here, instruction to Yogamaya that Krishna gives, okay, exactly how she's going to transfer the embryo of Balarama, the 7-month embryo. Devaki was in her 7th month of pregnancy to Rohini's womb, and Rohini herself was pregnant. She was impregnated by Vasudeva, her husband, while she was there in Mathura, and she was to prevent Kamsa killing her, Vasudevji already sent her along with his other wives, some of the other wives, to Gokula under the care of Nanda Baba. And that time, Rohini was also pregnant. So this transfer took place when Devaki was in 7-month pregnancy. Same way, Rohini ji also was in the 7th month of pregnancy. And what happened by the arrangement, and that's what we are going to talk about just now. So who is Rohini living in Gokula? No, I'm sorry. Why is Rohini living in Gokula? I just explained to you. After the 6 Garbhas, the Shada Garbhas, the 6, and now here we are learning a little bit more. Okay. The Acharyas said that they were also kind of representative, again, different Acharyas. Some of them thought that they were also representing the 6 sense objects. Okay. Sound and all these things, sense objects. And while others thought they represent 6 vices: Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Moha, Matsara. Okay. So they were killed by Kamsa. And Vasudevji sent the 7-month pregnant Rohini to Gokula. See, and that is according to the comments of Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And I'm showing most of the comments are actually refinement of the original comment of Sridhar Swami Maharaj, okay? But some of them, like Sanatana Goswami, Jiva Goswami, sometimes, or Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, kind of expand and show a little different altered version of the original commentary of Sridhar Swami Maharaj. So Yogamaya was actually, we learned in one of the other courses we did, right? Gopala Champu and elsewhere. And in fact, I remember Sharad Prabhuji gave in much more greater details, but who was Paurnamashi? Paurnamashi was actually Yogamaya. She was a great ascetic. And I believe, if I'm not wrong, Sharad Prabhuji, correct me if I'm not wrong, she is the mother of Sandipani Muni also, right? Am I correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So she was not there at the time when Rohini, this transfer took place, all right? But she was not there in Vraja at that time. She came much later, actually. So this is the verse 7 only, okay? Now we talk about verse 8 and 9. And this is the summary of those 2 verses. Within the womb of Devaki is my... So here, this is a very important verse, actually. Sridhar Swami Maharaj gives a detailed commentary on this when Krishna says, my amsha bhagena, amsha of my amsha. Krishna says that Devaki's garbha, when I will enter in Devaki's garbha, Devaki's womb, it will be my amsha of amsha. Remember the original Krishna that we'll talk about it in the 5th chapter, we will talk about it. That Yashodamaya also gave the simultaneous birth of Krishna, also born to, the original Krishna was born to Yashodamaya. So when Krishna says, my amsha, his expansion, his Vasudeva expansion was the one that took place in Devaki's Garbha. Okay. Amsha of amsha. Okay. So here, amsha of amsha means amsha bhagena. It 2 ways. Amsha of amsha, okay, this is expansion of expansion. And also, it's another meaning also is given. So here he says, as an amsha of an amsha, I will become Devaki's son, and you will manifest in Yashoda. So Krishna is giving instruction to Yogamaya that you appear in the womb of Yashoda, okay, in Gokula, but you will not be her daughter as such. Because remember, as soon as she was born that particular night, before even Yashoda Maya realized, Vasudevji exchanged the girl Yogamaya with Krishna that he brought from the Devaki's Garbha. Devaki gave birth to to Devaki's, Krishna appeared from Devaki's womb as in the four-arm Vishnu form. So that was the Vasudeva form expansion, that event, and that actually merges with the original Krishna, Golok Vrindavan Krishna, who never lives rich. We'll talk much greater details in chapter 5, okay? Bhagavatam doesn't talk about it. So here in this chapter, Acharyas gives a very, very long commentaries, very detailed. This just Amsa Bhagena word itself, there are 7, 8 different versions Sridhar Swami Maharaj gives actually. And Sanatana Goswami, Jiva Goswami, and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur again takes part, and they give their alter versions of that. So I didn't give all these details, just to give you the part that that Krishna that appeared as the son of Devaki was not the one original Krishna, but his expansion. Okay, Vasudeva expansion. So commentators offer various interpretations of Amsha Bhagena. Bhagena means part of it, part of the Amsha even, you know. So Devaki's affection for the Lord is why, what was the reason the Acharyas explained that Devaki was who prayed in 3 births actually. This is the 3rd birth. Both Vasudevji and Devaki, they prayed to Lord Vishnu to appear him as their son. And Lord Vishnu said that nobody is like me. All right. So he said, I will appear as your son. So in this 3rd birth, to remind Devaki and Vasudevji that you prayed Lord Vishnu, so I am Vishnu form, I'm appearing here. That is the reason he appeared in the 4-arm with all the 4 emblems and everything. Then out of fear of Kamsa, Devaki appealed to him, appealed to the Lord, prayed to the Lord, Lord, please return back to a normal human baby, okay? Because of the fear of Kamsa. So she was in that Aishwarya Bhava. That is the reason Krishna as the Vasudeva form appeared, because both Vasudevji and Devaki were in Aishwarya Bhava, whereas Yashoda Maya was purely in a pure Vatsalya Bhava, parental affection, both Nanda Baba and Yashoda Maya. So that was the reason why original Krishna appeared to them as Goloka Vrindavan Krishna, you know. And we are going to go more and more details as we go along. So this part is going to be analyzed in much greater detail. So verse 13, they will call him Sankarshana. So this is all the instruction Krishna is giving to Yogamaya, right? They will call him Sankarshana because he will be pulled off. The very Sanskrit word Sankarshana means pulling off. Literally pulling off the embryo from the womb. He will be pulled out of the womb. They will address him Rama, since he will delight people on earth, Bala, because he will be stronger than the strong. Now, here our Acharya is anticipating a question, because Krishna said to Yogamaya that this Balaramji, whose Amsha, not the other way around, the Sheshanaga is not Balaramji's expansion. Well, the Sheshanaga is Balaramji's expansion, but some people think that Balaramji is Sheshanaga's expansion. That's not correct, okay? So Balaramji is the original, and this Sheshanaga, Shesha, in fact, literally Sanskrit meaning of Shesha, that what remains, okay? So this Shesha is the form. So somebody might ask a question, such powerful Shesha is there, why would we worry? Why would they have to worry from Kamsa? The Lord himself is there. So here the answer is that no, it is not like that. It is that that is the reason Krishna is telling Yogamaya that this Balaramji is my almost same form as I am. Okay, in almost exactly same form, Balramji is that powerful. Okay, um, since he will delight people on earth. And remember, both Vasudevji and Devaki, they knew the Supreme Lord has taken form as their son, and yet they were worried about Kamsa. So they were not really in that kind of bhava that why should they be worrying about? Okay, so that was also a part our Acharyas talk about that in great length. So in the middle of the night, so how this thing took place? In the middle of the night, because Rohini, remember I told you, she was already 7 months pregnant, all right, when she was sent from Mathura to Gokula. So that embryo miscarriage happens. So here, that is what is explained here. And this Yoga Nidra is another form of Yoga Maya. Nidra means making people sleep. Sleeping means completely become totally unaware of the realities. That is the illusion, So Rohini was suddenly possessed by Yoga Nidra and was induced to have a discharge. Her fetus fell on the ground as if she were dreaming. She saw her fetus and became perturbed for almost 1 hour upon realizing that it was not in her womb. Okay, so she was in great pain, of course. She was in great distress that she lost her baby, but then in the dark of the night, Yoga Nidra addressed Rohini. She was still in a kind of semi-conscious state. So Yoga Nidra, that is Yoga Maya, tells her, "Oh splendid one, you will have a son. Don't worry about this. On account of drawing out this fetus which is placed in your womb too, his name is Sankarshana." This is from the Harivamsa Purana. Okay. So the original fetus that she was carrying, that happened miscarriage, and Balram's embryo replaced that original thing. So that was something very interesting that I didn't know about it until I read it. That Harivamsa, in preparing for these classes, I have to side by side prepare, read, study Harivamsa Purana also. They are very detailed about the Shadagarbha. Shadagarbha story in detail is given in Harivamsa Purana, much greater details. Okay, so now verse 16 to 24. So in this slide, 16 to 20, that's also very important part of this chapter. Vasudeva was bearing the appearance of the Lord. So as soon as the Lord appeared in the mind of Vasudevji, first he did that. Same thing happened when Nanda Baba, he appeared in the mind of Nanda Baba, and then meditatively gets transferred from this Vasudevji's mind to the mind or heart of Devaki. Okay, and then later on it enters the womb actually. So was bearing the appearance of the Lord. So as soon as the Lord appeared, suddenly Vasudevji became very, very effulgent because Lord was inside him. He became very effulgent. This means he was seeing Krishna who had appeared in him, and he realized that thing. This is according to the commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He was wearing the Lord's effulgence, literally wearing the effulgence. So that effulgence came from Krishna within him, in his mind and heart, to entrance in his mind. And then what happens? Thereafter, accompanied by plenary expansions, the full opulent Supreme Personality Godhead, fully opulent, who is all auspicious for the entire universe, was transferred from the mind of Vasudevji meditatively to the mind of Devaki. Okay, so Devaki, having been thus initiated by Vasudevji, become beautiful by carrying Lord Krishna, the original consciousness for everyone, the cause of all causes, within the core of her heart, just as the east becomes beautiful, just as the this is a typo looks like, becomes beautiful. Oh yes, east direction of east becomes very beautiful. See, the red sky becomes red when the sun rises in the early morning. Same thing here also. But here, remember, she was in the prison house. Okay, not literally prison house. She was being watched there. Um, so her effulgence was restricted in that area only, not to attract the attention of the guards, jailers, and everybody else. So here our Acharya Srila Jiva Goswami is writing here. He manifested in her as her son. He does not take birth like a jiva, not by sexual reproduction. Only the manifestation is said to be the birth of the Lord. Actually, this happened when Vasudevji was already in the very advanced old age. This happened. There's a commentary on that also is there. And same thing happens to Nanda Baba also actually. Devaki then kept within herself the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the actual Prabhupada's translation. The cause of all causes, the foundation of the entire cosmos. But because she was under arrest in the house of Kamsa, see that? It was not exactly in the prison. Because she was being watched, of course, by the guards, naturally, especially when the pregnancy advances. Constant touch. So within moments, Kamsa would be informed of what that happens, So she was under arrest so it was a house arrest, basically. She was free to move around, but within a limited area. She was like the flames of a fire covered by the walls of a pot. So this is like an upama, for means like an analogy. What happens when the fire is there in a little pot and kept in a small room, the room gets enlightened, but not the outside, right? So here also like that, she was like the flames of a fire covered by the walls of a pot, or like a person who has knowledge but cannot distribute to the world for the benefit of human society. Because she did not want to advertise that the Supreme Lord is now entered within her. So here again, the commentaries also there given deep, very detailed commentaries given there about this aspect to verse 19 actually. That when Krishna entered within her, she also felt exactly that something is happening. The Lord is entered within her, and Kamsa's guards, everybody they wouldn't know about it, because the Supreme Personality was within her womb. Devaki illuminated the entire atmosphere within the confined space that she was there, whereas she was confined. Seeing her jubilant, pure, and smiling, Kamsa began to think that what makes her so jubilant, So that's when he guessed it that my enemy Vishnu, who must have entered already now, okay, will kill me. Devaki was never before looked so brilliant and jubilant. A noticeable change took place within Devaki. So now the next verses 21 to 24, that's where now Kamsa began to contemplate, should I kill pregnant Devaki so the Lord Vishnu's Amsha is there, will be also destroyed. So I will be no more facing that danger, to remove that threat, But he thought twice about that. And ultimately he checked himself and doesn't do that. And what were the reasons that we will talk about according to our Acharya's comments. Okay. So this is the next slide. So here Kamsa contemplated mentally whether to kill Devaki while Krishna has not yet come out of her womb, okay? Because then it will not be possible. So he thought about it. This is the right opportunity I have. I better remove. Na rahega bans, na bajegi bansri. It's like that. But then completely checked himself. Why? Here is the reason. Again, this is according to our Acharyas. So Kamsa thought, what is my duty now? The Supreme Lord, who knows his purpose, will not give up his prowess. That means, even in this fetal form, he is the Supreme Lord. He could still be that powerful, even in the fetal form. I will not be able to do it, So that was one reason. And then other reasons. Devaki is a woman. She is my sister. And moreover, she is now pregnant. Under that condition, if I kill her, what are the consequences? If I kill her, my reputation that I'm a great warrior will be adversely affected. My opulence, all my wealth and everything will be gone away, and my lifespan will be reduced, will certainly be vanquished. So these were his three kinds of fears that prevented him to commit that horrible step. Okay, if I kill him now, my prowess. So this is the comments of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. If I kill him now, my prowess, indicative of my valor. Valor means great ability as a fighter, great fighter, warrior. That will be tarnished. People will say that, look at this coward fellow. He killed a woman who was in his prison. Okay, and that too also when she was pregnant, full-term pregnancy. So my valor will be tarnished, will be ruined. If I kill him, it means that the fetus is Vishnu himself. So he said, if I kill Vishnu in the fetal form, what is the valor in that? I am going to fight with him when he is comes out fully grown. That will be my real strength. My real reputation will be there that I was able to kill even Vishnu. So that was his thinking going on. But inside he was in great fear also. That we'll see in a few moments. Deliberating in this way, Kamsa, although determined to continue in enmity towards the Supreme Lord, refrained from the vicious killing of his sister. Fortunately, that happened. And the Acharyas explained that was actually also because the super soul within his heart that prevented him to commit that kind of step. He decided to wait until the Lord was born and then do what was needed at that time. Because then, in the meantime, all his demoniac friends, he said, Pralambasura, Putana, and all, Tranavrita, and all, he tried so many ways to kill Devi Krishna. Although seen as open, who is alive, he is already dead owing to a similarity with being rejected by society. So this is again the comments of Jiva Goswami. Again, there is a typo here. I will correct that. Who is alive? He is already dead owing to a similarity with being rejected by society. The sense is that one becomes engrossed in sin simply by thinking of oneself as a material body. In reality, however, he was under the control of super soul. See that? So he was thinking like a materially oriented person. Okay, but still he was prevented to commit that kind of very ghastly crime, ghastly sin, killing a pregnant sister, and the full-term embryo is there almost, would be killing like that. So that would be terrible. So super soul prevented him to do that actually. That's our Acharya is saying there. While sitting in his throne or in his sitting room, while lying on his bed, So look at in the earlier verse 21 purport. I mean, the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that he was thinking about his great valor. He was so proud that let Krishna come, become an adult, and then I'll fight with him. Okay, and then I'll defeat him and I'll kill him. Okay, but inside, see how he's worried about it. He's trembling actually. While sitting constantly, he's thinking about the Lord constantly. So, in other words, it was an unfavorable Krishna consciousness. He became Krishna consciousness, but in a wrong manner, wrong way. You know, in a shatru bhav, in an enemic form from the Lord. While sitting on his throne, or in his sitting room, while lying on his bed, or indeed while situated everywhere. So in all situation that he was there, all the time he was constantly being worried. While eating, sleeping, walking, Kamsa saw only his enemy. He constantly saw Krishna, Vishnu, all the time. In fact, that's what we all, as a devotee, we all aspire, right? Constantly thinking of the Lord, 24 hours of the time, every second of the day. You know, that's what he was doing there, but not in a devotional bhava, but in a enemy way. You know, the Supreme Lord Rishikesha. So that's Rishikesha means the one who is the controller of all our senses. In other words, by thinking of his all-pervading enemy, Kamsa became unfavorably Krishna consciousness. He became Krishna consciousness, but not favorably. That is the purport to text 24. There's the verse itself, and then again the detailed comments are there. But basically, that Kamsa was in fear. Okay, but all that I'm thinking about that. Okay, so now I'll stop here, and what I'll do that the hymn I won't go much in detail, but the last appendix I'm going to expand, and I'll just send you that, and you study or read like that. There's not much philosophy for me to discuss. All right, and I'm sorry I didn't have much time. This whole week I was extremely busy with my test, coming up. I have to write a detailed essay also, and 3 courses I'm taking now. Advanced Sanskrit, Mahabharata, and the third one is this Bhagavad Gita, how it is misinterpreted by the Western audience. So these 3 courses I'm taking, and every week approximately 200 pages of reading I have to do each of the courses. So see, my time is a premium for me now. It's very difficult to give enough time to prepare for these classes, but I'm trying my best. Haribol. So it's almost time now for discussion period. So those are the important verses today I discussed. Okay, mainly. So I hope the questions would come and you actively participate. And then next week we will do the recapping of these first 24 verses. Okay. Haribol.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Very beautiful class, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Prabhuji, I wanted to ask that when trouble comes in one's life, we automatically go towards God. So Kunti Maharani also prayed for more troubles to Lord, that give me trouble so that my mind should dive more into you. Now trouble came in a different form in the life of Kansa. Like it came out of fear. And in fear, he was continuously thinking of God. But that is also a kind of a leela. No, God wanted him to think about himself.
Actually,
so why then because sometimes everybody's mind is not does not go towards Lord in the favorable way.
Yeah.
It can be unfavorable because we are into all these.
In the Bhagavatam, there's a verse Narada Muni says to Yudhishthira Maharaj, I believe, 7th canto, I think the verse is there, that yena kena prakarane, if you constantly think, even in an enmity, it's very, very beneficial actually, So here Kamsa was constantly thinking of the Lord in great fear, okay, and that's why actually when he's killed, of course he gets liberated, he gets moksha, right? He returns, goes wherever, whosoever Krishna kills, they ultimately get liberation from material existence, So that is a great thing, but as much as possible, you do it favorably. Remember that verse, the great verse, the definition of pure bhakti. There itself, there's a verse says that, that I forgot what is the verse that
Anyavilashita Shunyam.
Anya Abhilashita Shunyam Gnan Karma Anat Adi Bihi. And then what is the next part that comes favorably?
Jnana karma
Krishnanushilanam bhaktirutam.
Yeah. So it should be delivered bhakti in a favorable way, that is Krishna desires that way. That is the favorable. There's a preferable way of thinking about Krishna. All right. But remember, actually, Bhishma Pitama's bhakti was also in an adversarial way, but not like Kamsa, adversarial way, but still in a loving way. Bhishma Pitama worship Krishna.
Prabhuji,
Any other
so
point?
in case of Kamsa and other demons who were thinking of him continuously, will they, like, of course they got liberation, but will
Yeah.
they get an opportunity to again think of him in a favorable way and attain him in the right perspective? Like not just
Yeah.
moksha.
So can I jump in?
Yeah, Archana, go ahead.
Sorry. Actually, I would like to answer this question particularly because
Yes, please.
Kamsa was born as Chandakazi, and he did get not only liberation, but he got love of Krishna in his next life.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you
Oh,
so much.
wow. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah.
Krishna Mataji. So who is Kamsa in his next life, Mataji?
Chandakazi. Lord
Chand.
Chaitanya gave him love of God. So
No, I didn't know about
Krishna
it. I didn't know that. Thank you, Mataji. That's good.
So that is from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Mataji. Is that?
Yes. We go to his
Okay.
samadhi also. We pay. Gaur Ganodesh Deepika will tell you that Chandakazi was earlier Kamsa.
Thank you, Mataji.
And
Thank
when
you.
Jarasandha was reborn, he was Hussein Shah. He was Hussein
Okay.
Shah.
I see.
So
Thank
it's
you,
from
Mataji.
Mayapur then. Okay. Mayapur.
Yeah. Okay. Any other
Oh.
points? Prasad Prabhu, you want to ask?
No, Prabhu. Actually, the session is wonderful session, Prabhu.
Okay.
It is
Any
clear for me.
comments?
It's actually I can't understand the mercy of God, Prabhu. So where Mataji is saying that like again he took a birth and again he attained Krishna Prema, even though he has lot of enemy and envy towards Krishna in his last 3 births. Actually, if you see, I think you mentioned Kamsa is in his third birth, Prabhuji. So again, Krishna has given another opportunity, okay, to get the Krishna Prema. So overall, I am just seeing it is our will, okay, whether you connect him or in any way he will give the opportunity, Prabhuji.
Yeah. But you
So that
see,
is just mesmerizing.
now, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, remember, they were actually originally Jai Vijay, the doorkeepers of Lord Vishnu Vaikuntha. They were his devotees, actually, and because of the curse from the Kumaras, they appeared that, and they were destined to have 3 births. Second birth was Ravana and Kumbhakarna, right? The third birth was Shishupal and Dantavakra. So then they go back. But in many times it so happened that sometimes it's like director giving a role, character role to play on the stage, villain's role or hero's role, right? So sometimes Lord's devotees come to this material world and they participate in Krishna's pastimes, sometimes in an adversarial role. That also can happen. That okay.
That also can
They
happen.
and they willingly come.
Hare Krishna. And also Shishupal and Dantavakra, after that they got a chance again in Chaitanya Leela's Jagai Madai.
Yes, माताजी मैं वही बोलने वाली थी.
Oh,
Acha.
okay. We didn't know this part. Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Jai Matai. Okay.
So everybody gets Krishna Prem.
Thank you. So I hope we have better luck than that.
प्रभु जी ऐसे है कि अगर कृष्ण आते तो उसके सारे एसोसिएट साथ में आते ना पूरा. तो
Yes,
अगर
the whole
चैतन्य
entourage.
महाप्रभु की लीला थी तो सब वो ही है. सब.
Krishna never comes alone. His whole entourage comes, you know.
प्रभु जी.
And all the devotees like Prabhupada, they don't come because of karmas like us, you and me, you know. They come to particularly participate and assist Supreme Lord's pastimes. Prabhupada delivered tens of thousands of people all around the world. See, we chant Hare Krishna all because of Prabhupada, right? That kind of soul, they come, it must be because of, he must be part of his Krishna's entourage.
Yeah. Prabhuji.
प्रभु जी एक पॉइंट है, एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन कि रोहिणी माता जब वो भी प्रेग्नेंट थे अगर, तो अगर वो एम्ब्रियो यहाँ पे आया संकर्षण ट्रांसफर हुआ तो वो जो था वो मिस हो गया कि वो भी योग माया की शक्ति के द्वारा ही था 7 मंथ के प्रेगनेंसी.
It was all arrangement by Yoga Maya, I'm sure, yeah.
अच्छा.
So the original fetus she miscarried, and so that Balramji's embryo could be transferred to her womb, you know.
So Prabhu, any mention about the original fetus? Any mention?
I didn't see that. I was curious to myself.
Yeah.
But the Acharyas don't mention that.
Okay.
Maybe Harivansha Purana might say about it. Sarad Prabhuji can do a lot, or maybe he already knows. Maybe he can do research. Best sources look into Harivansha Purana, you know. Do you know that?
That aspect is not there, but one thing is very clear, like these personalities like Krishna or Balram taking birth, those births, they are not like what we see in the human society or elsewhere.
No, that was made clear that it's not by sexual reproduction.
And what we see, like when a lady is pregnant, the belly protrudes out, but that is because of air only in case of Devaki, Yashoda or Rohini. It was nothing else, it was air only. It is just so only. And as already told, Krishna was in the mind of Vasudeva, and from mind to that was transferred to Devaki's mind, then to Devaki's heart. It remained there only, and he just came out, he just appeared. It is appearance, disappearance, and it is not birth or something like that, like the human beings. That has to be understood in that way.
And remember that here it's mentioned Vasudevji was in a very, very highly advanced old age. Same thing happened to Nanda Baba also.
Yes.
One would not imagine, but that time 8 babies came, right? 1 year, every year after year. And plus the girl, Subhadra. Subhadra was born too afterwards. And actually, Subhadra is also, in the Acharya's comments, they mention, she is also an expansion of Yoga Maya.
Yes.
Okay, any other points, questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
No, Prabhuji. Go ahead, Mata.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, so in the reasons that the Acharyas have mentioned of Kansa not killing not killing Lord in the embryo form, was
Yeah.
because of his reputation that, he didn't want people to think
Three
about
reasons he
him.
gives.
Yeah.
His reputation, his Lakshmi,
Life.
that means all the opulence that he had, three reasons he gives that.
So
And
did you,
yeah,
sorry.
and his valor, the great reputation he had as a great fighter, warrior.
So did you also say that it would affect his lifespan?
That I don't know. I didn't come across that.
Yes,
Sharalpa,
yes,
do you know?
Prabhu, it's there in the slide. It says it
हाँ
will
प्रभुजी.
diminish his lifespan. Diminish
So
his
हाँ.
lifespan.
So
Okay.
how would it affect his lifespan, because it is in the embryo form? He would kill it, no? So how would
No,
it
no,
affect?
No,
Kamsa's lifespan. Kamsa's
Kamsa's
lifespan.
lifetime.
Yeah, but suppose if he killed it in the embryo form, how would it affect his lifespan?
Because he will get the sin, no,
No.
of killing the embryo.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
And remember, he also calculated that if he is the Supreme Lord, it doesn't matter even his fetal form, he would kill me. That is given in the Acharyas commentary. He considered even that possibility also. The Supreme Lord in any form, he is that as powerful as anyone, the Supreme Lord. Doesn't matter.
Well,
All this great
surprisingly,
Kurma
Good.
Avtara, this Varaha Avtara, and all, they are all very, very powerful.
so surprisingly, he was so intelligent to understand all these things. Still, at that time, he
He
could
was.
not give in.
This is again in this Acharyas comes that the super soul prevented him to do this kind of ghastly things. But super soul, other things he also did that horrible things.
प्रभु जी मैंने एक लेक्चर में बहुत ही अच्छा
Look at all
सुना
the,
था
remember
कि
he announced that all the newborn babies born on the same day when Krishna appeared, he killed all of them. How many babies he killed all over the different, Mathura city and Vrindavan to Gokul, Thakur, Gokula and everywhere, So many innocent babies he killed.
I think he was prevented by the super soul only because Krishna avatar had to happen and all that had to be done, and then only he.
प्रभु जी इन दिस कनेक्शन वन वर्जन कि बलराम जी को क्यों रोहिणी माता के गर्भ में भेजा गया, उसका भी एक बहुत अच्छा पॉइंट मैंने सुना था कि अगर
हाँ, बोलिए।
बलराम जी आ जाते उधर तो वो तो इतने पावरफुल है तो तुरंत ही ऑन द स्पॉट कंस को खत्म कर देते, तो ये सब कृष्ण लीला होती ही नहीं। तो वो भगवान वो सोच रहे थे कि बलराम जी तो इतने वो है कि अगर आएंगे तो पूरा खत्म तुरंत कर देंगे सब कंस को, तो इससे अच्छा है कि वो उधर जाए, फिर हम लीला भी कर सके और पूरे विश्व का भला हो सके। एक वर्जन मैंने ऐसा भी सुना था।
Yeah, हो सकता है. And remember, Balram ji always there to assist Krishna's pastimes, and anything happens, Balram ji always cooperates with Krishna. Remember, in Mahabharata war, he was partial to the Duryodhana. Remember, Duryodhana was his very favorite disciple. Duryodhana learned the art of fighting mace, Yuddha, Gada Yuddha and everything. And that was one of the reasons why he did not participate. He did not wait until Mahabharata war took place, and he went on a pilgrimage. So many ways. There is sometimes I always wondered actually, same personality regarded is barely any difference, but the thinking was totally exactly opposite.
Yeah, Prabhuji, also we are talking about Lord Balraman. It's mentioned many times in our discussion also, because he cleans the womb of Devki, because 7 before Lord appears. Also that discussion
Yeah.
I hear, right?
Cleaned, I don't know. I never heard that.
Because all 6 children were killed, so he appears at 7th, and then I hear in ISKCON. Okay, so Prabhuji.
I see. Oh, maybe I don't know.
So I'm just not quoting
I
from
think
here.
there's got to be a scriptural reference to that point,
Yeah, I don't know.
or some of our advanced Acharyas comments to that effect. Maybe that is there,
So he appeared prior to, Lord Balaram always serves Lord Krishna in different ways. So this was
so
one
many
of the
ways, yes.
when I think that was one. So Prabhuji, I have another question. So as you mentioned, Devaki and Vasudev, they lived not in a prison house but in a house arrest. But
Yeah.
also somewhere it says that when Krishna was born, Vasudeva had shackles, right? And all the chains and shackles.
Well, sometimes don't talk about the television serials, But they don't necessarily mention reality, Here it is not like that. But anyway, I don't know. 10th Canto talks about it, but they were actually being watched very carefully that they don't escape and so on like that. House arrest means within the restricted area, they were free to move around. At the same time, they would not go escape from the prison.
પ્રભુજી લાઈક ગાંધીજીને નજર કેદમાં રાખવામાં આવતા ને
Yeah.
એવી રીતે હે ને
Even Shivaji Maharaj was under Nazar Qaid.
right માતાજી.
Okay. All right.
Krishna Prabhu, I just want to share one thing. What Archana Mataji is sharing is like all these devotees, okay, who are envy or okay, or got opportunity in Chaitanya with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So I just heard one thing very recently from very promising one, Prabhu. I'll just share that. Okay, what it is mentioned is all the practicing devotees, okay, like sadhakas, at least the persons like all of us, okay, will get an opportunity to participate in Krishna Lila if you are really strong. Just before entering into Goloka, it seems, Prabhu. Okay, that is one step ahead. Okay,
Yeah.
or if we are not fortunate to participate in Krishna Lila, okay, it could be any loka, then we may take a birth in Golok Vrindavan. Okay, Vrindavan. Not Golok here, the Vrindavan, which is there in near Delhi. That is another chance. Even if we are not there intense to that level, then we take a birth in any of the Vaishnava family, okay, to continue our devotional path.
Yeah.
So this is what is mentioned, Prabhu. Sorry, Prabhu, I just want to share that.
No, it's okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So it is very promising, Prabhu, all practicing devotees. So I thought of sharing. These are the 3 routes, it seems, Prabhu. Yeah.
Okay, now let's hear from Sharad Prabhuji. He's going to enlighten us some other interesting stories, based on what transpired in our discussion. Sharad Prabhuji?
Actually, not much of the story is covered because the other things are remaining. I will not go to the other chapters 3, 4. But 1 or 2 points only. We are talking of Jay and Vijay. Like we said, in 3 births, then thereafter they went back to the spiritual world. But Jiva Goswami, somewhere he has commented that all the in their 3 births, they were actually expansions of Jay and Vijay, not Jay and Vijay themselves. Meaning Jay and Vijay were still there in the spiritual world, but they were his expansions, that is Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, and all that. That is one point. And then another point regarding today's class only, both Yasoda and Rohini, they delivered in the 8th month of their pregnancies. In 8th month, both of them they delivered, but not on the same day, or because there is difference of age between Krishna and Balrama. This is the only point from Harivansa Purana. But in other chapters 3 and 4, chapters 3 and 4, there are many other things I do not want to preempt, or there is time I can say, like in Bhagavatam, we'll be studying in chapter 3, that when Kamsa, he tried to kill the daughter of Devaki, that is Yogamaya. She flew into the sky and she said so many things. Those things we will learn. Now that was an 800 form as per Bhagavatam, 3rd chapter. 10th canto. But as per Harivamsa Purana, that was a 400 form because at that time Krishna had instructed Yogamaya that while in the sky you will appear in 4 strongly built arms like me only, and you will be carrying in your hands a trident, a sword with a golden handle, a pot filled with honey, and beautiful lotus flower. And you will be dressed in fine blue silk and silk chadara. Now, this is the difference. Then there are some other things I'll also cover today, and more I'll cover in the next class also. Regarding once the Krishna was born, now we generally hear the story that his guards, they informed Kansa that some child is born like this. But in Harivansa Purana it is given very clearly that Vasudeva himself, he quickly approached Kansa and informed him the birth of his daughter. This is the difference. And the other thing is, after Yogamaya showed her potency to Kansa, when he tried to kill her, then Kansa, he went to Devaki and spoke in a solitary place, and he was in total embarrassment. He says, someone else has appeared to bring about my death. He knew that Ashtamagarva will be responsible for his death only. He said, I could not reverse the destiny which has been arranged by the providence for me. And out of ignorance, he said, we consider ourselves as the doers, like a great knowledgeable person, he was saying. And what thereafter he did, he said, I am falling down at your feet. He fell down at the feet of Devaki, and at that time, Devaki lifted him up like a mother, saying, my son, get up. And Devaki said that death can occur due to prejudice, due to fate, due to unfructified karma, kala, that is time, circumstances, the parents' habit of eating abominable food, and other natural causes. Then another very interesting thing will come up in chapter 3 and 4, difference between Harivansa Purana and Bhagavatam. Like Nanda Maharaj, he went to pay his taxes to Kamsa, and at that time he had met Vasudevji, and there was discussion that we will be discussing. But in Harivansa Purana, what is given at that time, Yasoda was also with him. Yasoda, Nanda Maharaj, and Krishna had gone, 3 of them had gone to Mathura, and that was the thing. And at that time only, Vasudevji had told him, please look after my son, that is the Balrama, like your son. That means he knew that Balrama is his son, and Krishna is his Nanda Maharaj's son. These are very clear in Harivamsa Purana, but in Bhagavatam, it is the impression given is that as if Vasudevji did not know about Krishna's identity. He knew that Krishna is son of Vasudeva only. And this impression also is given in the Mahabharata. But in Harivamsa Purana, this is given like this. That means all these things, they are little different. Another thing I was telling you yesterday about the Mathura Mahatmya by by the Rupa Goswami. There he has quoted from Varaha Purana and it says that he is telling Mother Earth that to take out your distress, I'll appear in the material world and I'll stay for 500 years. That is given in Varaha Purana. But actually he stayed for only 125 years. Like this, all these differences are there, and they can be explained from only one point of view as given by Jiva Goswami. It is Kalpa Veda. Different days of Brahma, all the Leelas are just little slightly different. That is how they are explained. And more of it, what is given in the Harivansa Purana, the differences I'll give you in the next class, that is lesson 3 and 4. And be prepared to listen to lesson the chapter 5. That is going to be most interesting lesson out of all these in the first part of the lessons 29 to 34. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Actually, in chapter 2 itself, Krishna tells Yogamaya that exactly you will there come and Kamsa will try to kill you, but then you will be escaped from his arm,
Yeah.
and you will appear. So, right in chapter 2 itself, Krishna gives detailed information, and also you'll be born as Yashoda's daughter, okay, but you will not be acting as her daughter. As soon as you're born, you'll be coming there, So Yashoda Maya did not even realize that she delivered a baby girl, Remember, Vasudevji took that Yogamaya born right on the night Yashoda Maya delivered that, So that also it says in chapter 2 itself. Now about that a little bit variation that happens in different, most likely reason is this kalpa bheda, means different kalpas, there's some variation happens. But remember also, sometimes the commentaries of our Acharyas differ a little bit also there, because they have a different angle of vision. Krishna shows them, and it doesn't mean that any of them could be wrong. Both of them could be right also, just different visions they are being shown. So we have to understand from that point of view, they are very, very advanced souls. They are not like us in a way, This Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Sanatana Goswami, they like, they were actually participants in many of the Leelas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leelas. So they know all these things, Okay, so now I think time is approaching. Unless there is some questions, I think let's conclude the class. Any other questions, comments? So next week, remember chapter 3, 4, 5. Now we are going to get a lot more information, and it is very, very difficult to compress all this thing in one session, and commentary goes, and see, even this chapter 2, many of the commentaries goes just a amsa bhagena. That phrase itself is discussed so detailed. Whole page is given by Sridhar Swami Maharaj, then Jastranathan Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Jiva Goswami, and still I am discussing only 4 commentaries. This book gives commentaries of so many other acharyas also, So it will be difficult to do it in one session, one class, and we have to go all the way to 90 chapters. And we don't want to end up doing it 5-10 years. We don't have that kind of time. So we have to be realistic. That's the reason I'm restricting myself, and very, very hard. It's a very hard job for me to compress in one class everything. Okay. So, okay, now who is going to volunteer for the Nashima prayer?
Archana Mataji, would you like to do?
Yes, Mataji. Go ahead.
Okay. And Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisance. All glories to Shiv Prabhupada. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Pranadanadanaya. Pranadanadanaya. Nanyakashipo Akshara. Hiranyakashipo Akshara. Shilatankanakalaye. Shilatankanakalaye. Tonasimha, Paratonasimha, Itonasimha, Paratonasimha, Yato Yato Yami Tato Nasimha, Yato Yato Yami Tato Nasimha, Vahi Nasimha, Hridaye Nasimha, Vahi Nasimha, Hridaye Nasimha, Narasimhadim Sharanam Prapati, Narasimhadim Sharanam Prapati, Navkara Kamalavare, Nakama Madhuta Shriya, Dalita Hiranyakashipu, Tanivringa, Keshavadrita Naravirupa, Jai Jagadish Hare, Jaya Jagadish Hare, Jaya Jagadish Hare, Tavakara Kamalavare, Nakamo Madhuta Shriya, Dalita Hiranyakashipu, Tanuvringa, Keshavadrita Naravirupa, Jai Jagadish Hare, Jaya Jagadish Hare, Jaya Jagadish Hare, Jaya Narsimhadev, 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 Jaya Narsimhadev, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada, Jai Jai Gurudev, Gurudev, Jai Jai Gurudev. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhupada.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Jai Shri Prabhupada. All the devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. I wish you all the wonderful, wonderful, blissful week ahead of you. So I look forward to see you next week for the third chapter, and I'll send the PowerPoints for this also. Haribol. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Dandavat Pranam to all.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhu.